So I received this package today. I was waiting for this package. Have a video maker on YouTube, the creator, I guess. He was selling some merch, and I was like, I want to try it out. So we have two shirts. Shirt number 1. Life's better when you create stuff. And I thought it was very fitting because I want to start making more videos, and I thought a shirt like that would, whenever I would wear it, I would be thinking, I want to create stuff. The second one, excellence is not an act, but a habit. And I thought it was also very fitting because I felt like lately I had a lack of habit, and I was just going through my life in a very unsteady pace, but I started recently to start making habits again and start going running every morning and start doing things in a predictable way, and it feels like so far the productivity has been through the roof because of it. They come from a video creator from YouTube called Levi Allen. I'll try to link it somehow with this video because I think his stuff is very inspiring, and that's it. That's the package. So this week in terms of development, I worked on Wednesday on Twitch while I was streaming, and I tried to do a few things, and I'll try to go over a little bit of those that I've tried to accomplish this week. So the first one, my plan was to initially start making new puzzles for the chapter 3 of the game. I had initially planned that all of my Wednesdays will be put into creating brand new puzzles, and then eventually I'll change over to the storytelling aspect of the whole thing. But this week I had a little bit of issue with the programming of the block mechanic that I was using, so I tried to fix that on stream, but I had so many issues. One of them was it's been so long since I programmed that block mechanic that now it seems like I forgot how everything works. So I pretty much need to relearn all of the coding that I have done pretty much in 2016. And I did not do a lot of comments in my code, so it's very hard for me to figure out how it works. So I need to spend more time actually re-understanding how I can fix the block mechanic. But the second issue that prevents me from doing that is extremely long compilation code. And I don't know if it's an issue with my own project. I don't know if it's an issue with Blueprints, the programming language I'm using on Unreal Engine. But it seems like when one object is used in many instances, it causes a lot of compilation time. And I think right now there's probably over 500 to 1,000 blocks put into all the levels in the game. So every time I compile, I think the Unreal Engine is trying to make sure that nothing breaks in every cases. So it's just too long, and it's almost impossible to make small changes because every compilation takes almost 5 minutes, I would say, and that's not very healthy. So before I move on to what I've done next, I think the plan for the compilation time will be for me to create a brand new project. So I will call it probably the Grand Block Odyssey Core, and in there I'll have all the puzzle mechanics that I need, and I'll just have maybe 1 or 2 test level where I'm testing all of the different puzzle mechanics in simplified ways. But I have a feeling this will reduce the compilation time. And once I'm happy with the block mechanic, once I have tested it out and make sure everything is working, then I can migrate that code into the main project. And because there won't be a need to compile in that new project, I feel like it won't be an issue anymore. So that's my way of fixing it. Hopefully this will work. but that's just a hypothesis at this time. But there's definitely something that needs to be done because this is not a nice way to work with. So what I ended up doing instead is that back to the chapter 1 of the game, the first mechanic that I introduced on top of the blocks is a block with a limited amount of pushes. And until now, there was not really a reason for me to have to require, I guess, the block to be at 0 pushes left to activate the block. So pretty much the only limitation of that block is that once it was getting to 0 pushes, you were not able to push it anymore. But what I ended up doing, just because I felt like it wasn't interesting enough, is I now require also that the block has 0 pushes left to activate the switch. So this means I had to review all of the puzzles I had made because some of them had like solutions where you had remaining pushes on blocks, such as this one, and this is one of the very first puzzles I created. It was a little bit hard for me to destroy it, but it was definitely not something that was working anymore. I tried to salvage it, but then it was too weird for me to keep, so I just ended up destroying completely and replacing it with new ones. And then the goal, almost completed, is to also have a new build for the playtesters so that they can test the new puzzles. The very first section of the game is very thoroughly tested because I've shown it at so many events with a lot of people, but the subsequent areas of the game are not tested as much as I would like, so I don't know if the difficulty progression is good. Pretty much, I don't know if the puzzles are too easy, too hard, are they jumping left and right, are they too complicated, is the mechanic itself interesting? So I'm working very hard to get out a new build in the next following days where people will be able to play more of the game. Even though the storytelling is not there yet, I think testing the puzzle is very important at this point, and then we can follow up with the storytelling aspect of it. So if you want to help me out with testing more of the mechanic in the next sections, then please jump into the Discord. That's where I'll put the build, and that's where I think the discussion can happen. That's how I expect it to go in the future to test the next builds. So that's it on the game development aspect itself for this week. All day this was that vibration. I don't know if it's clear on the camera, but all the ground is shaking, everything is shaking. Construction like next door. I won't be hearing that noise for much longer because I'm going out to an event right now. So the sun should be starting to clear out. So I'm not sure if I can talk too much about the event because it was a private event with a password and everything, so I don't want to talk too much about it until I know more, but I can say that it's with a publisher, so not sure what the conference is about, but I figured I should just go and see what's happening. I missed the train.
that was the jazz festival. The conference was pretty interesting. I guess one of the thing that I learned is that even big publishers today don't really know how the market reacts to anything. Pretty interesting. It feels like even for the big companies, they still have to gamble everything related to marketing. And to see like the perspective of a big publisher and say that they once made a $125,000 marketing campaign for a small game and it barely sold 1,000 copies, really puts in perspective the market of today. And I know this is not the best shot, but my other camera died. Can't even see it. There you go. I'm walking downtown to get a new camera and going to a Specialized store. Hopefully they'll have something more specific to what I look for. So bad. I wanted to record me buying the camera, but it's so hot outside that all my creative energy just went out and I forgot that I wanted to film it. I got this thing. Can't wait to try it out. Sadly, the battery is dead, so I won't be able to try it right now. Guess we can go through it. We have the manual. Probably will never use it. Then we have a CD. I don't know how I can use a CD nowadays. Warranty, got new memory card, filter protection from for the lens, so like it should protect the lens a lot better. Notice I didn't really show it off. So this is the Canon Rebel T6i. I have a strap for the neck. Pretty nice camera. By itself it's pretty light, but I'm sure as we add more components to it, it's going to get more heavy. So one thing very nice is the screen, so I'll be able to vlog and see what I'm actually doing compared to the camera that I have right now. That's the camera. That should be the lens. So there we are. So we have the lens here, so we're going to put this on the camera. This should be pretty good to start with. At least that's what he said. And as E, I mean the salesperson. That's the part I need right now. This is the battery charger. Nice! So while the battery's charging, let's try to figure out how this works. So this is where the outside lens is, but we'll keep it there for protection. And then what I realized is that there's a little connector at the bottom of each of them, and I need two. There we go. Turn it in. Now we'll just have to wait for the battery to charge. Now we gotta wait. How long do I have to wait, do you think? We'll give it at least an hour. See you here in an hour. It hasn't been an hour, but just want to put it in now. I think this is hot, really hot right now. I'm assuming that way. There we go. And we turn it on, sorry. So I'm gonna play with that. I'm gonna try to figure out how the features set, and next vlog will be completely, maybe not completely, but most of it will be shot on this new camera.